Alright guys, I've been asked to, with my exhaust, that I've done the unequal length headers, the Genie headers. One guy asked me to record the sound inside the car, like at 100k, so it's not too noisy, so in the SH Forester, and it's not. So what I'll do is, I'll try and shut my mouth so you can hear it, but I also want to explain how the exhaust got to this. And anyway, we're just heading out now, so we'll... Just going to go onto the Bruce Highway. That's not noisy. That's like a nice deep note. But I just want to get onto the highway. I also want to set the trip so I can see what fuel difference it's made on the highway. But it just sits purring really nice. Like it's actually quite a pleasant note that comes out of the car. It's got the Subie rumble which I was chasing. So you can hear it there. I'm only sitting on 80 k's. It's about 1700 revs. And that's pretty quiet. That's pretty peaceful. But you can hear it, which is what you want. You just want a bit of background music of Subie rumble tunes. Really, is what I was looking for, and I got it. It's perfect for what I wanted. I've got it exactly where I wanted it. So I'm still in an 80k zone here, and I'll let you know when I get to 100 and 110. Push him out to 110. You can hear that when it drops into top gear. I'll just set him on cruise controls there, 110k now. You can just hear it drop that volume once it hits top gear. This is auto, obviously, as you can hear. So when I started playing with this exhaust, what had happened was I originally removed the rear mufflers and just put tailpipes in, and there's quite a big a tip on each side, quite a big tip on each side of the exhaust. So it was obviously straight through there, but there's so many restrictions in the exhaust from the front to the back. So first step, we got rid of the mufflers, and it was a really drony noise that came in through the cab. It was wasn't pleasant. It wasn't nothing like this. And this was before the unequal header. So this was step one of the standard exhaust. So we get rid of the rear mufflers, so there was nothing at the back. So then we had the droning noise, like if you go up a hill and it would kick back, and it was a bit. It was annoying. It was a droning, horrible noise, really. So then I got some small resignators put on each side at the back, and that took that edge off it. So I still wasn't happy because you don't have that rumble you get out of these unequal length headers. That's what I was chasing. So then my dilemma was fitting unequal length headers to I'll just give you a look at one went past. Nice WRX. Then I went to the unequal length headers from Genie. As I've said in the previous video, they came in at $481 including postage. And the reason I went that way is because I've trusted Genie headers for so long, and they've been in the game a long time. So problem I had was I'm going to get codes come up on the dash. I'm going to go into limp mode. This is what I'm being told. So yeah, there was a chance for that. Anyway, I took the risk. So the catalytic converter from the front then was moved behind the Genie header. So I've used the same original parts from the car. The exhaust manufacturer has put them on. He's cut the catalytic converter out of the front of the exhaust or manifold, moved it behind, so we've got post and we've got pre and post sensors, extended the wires so the sensors weren't replaced. Everything was what the car already had and knew, so that I thought I'm not going to have any problems there because it's already working. All we're doing is moving the location, and hopefully we don't get voltage drop, giving the computer our information back because we've extended the wires, that we don't get a bit of a different reading because of the length of the wires. Because sometimes if you're doing batteries and things and you go longer in the wires, you need to go a bit heavier because it's losing current through the length of the wire. So that was my only concern. So anyway, that all went well. That was $300 to get that done up. So that's how we ended up where we're at now. There was also a resonator behind the where the headers went, or behind the cat anyway, so it's underneath probably your driver's seat. That also got turfed, so it's now got the headers, the catalytic converter. There is another resonator up around the transmission area, that's still there, and then it goes back through those two resonators down the back like we did originally. Still got the same big tips. The difference, once the headers went on, is it gave it a deeper noise. It gave it the rumble, so we know about that. It gave it a deeper noise, but also knocked that droney. It still had a bit of a drone noise once we put the resonators on, but the headers dropped that off. They really did just take that edge off it. And as you can hear now, that's on 110k an hour. It's sitting on 2,500 revs, and that is not at all disturbing or annoying at all. So I think the earlier models, someone said that maybe they were a bit noisier, but that's and I'm not mate, I'm 50 years old, so I'm not going to have it too loud and it annoy me. But that's just a very nice note to have sitting in the back of the car as you're going along. It really complements the car. It's a brilliant vehicle. So I hope that helps you make a decision. Fuel wise, with the headers on, it's getting about, at the moment, 8.6 litres per 100 is what it's showing me. That's about what I had before, so you're not going to lose or gain any fuel economy. It's going to remain the same. All you're doing is picking up that really sweet noise. So I hope that was of some benefit. Gave you an idea of the cost. So let me break down the whole cost of what I'd spent, and you might be able to shortcut a few of these costs. I spent at the exhaust shop originally, I think we knocked, by memory, I think the original to knock those mufflers off was like $180, somewhere around there. It was a little while ago. Throw the resonators in was similar, so there was probably $350 to $400 for that first thing I did, $481 for the headers, and $300 for getting the headers fitted. So what I would start with is just putting the headers on first and work your way back and get that catalytic converter moved, because it does work, and that's the hardest part. The other benefit is I have a Subie Extreme bash plate under there that didn't have any ventilation holes in it, but it has now because I've drilled plenty in there. When I used to pull the car up into the shed, I would hear like a ticking noise, a car cooling down. Since moving the cat, because all of those shields and that were around the catalytic converter would create heat. So you got the radiator, this catalytic converter, and then the engine. So there's now a really nice open space between the engine and the radiator. So moving that cat down the back has actually cooled down the engine, which I'm always into a car running a bit cooler. It's cooled the engine down, when I pull it up into the shed now, reverse it in, I'm not hearing any ticking. The car's fine. It's a very happy Subie at the moment, and a very happy owner. And I would highly recommend getting a set of those Genie headers, and I can't see you looking back. Thanks for watching.